Oh, in Japan, right?
Yeah.
What's a good time like, man?
Oh, a good time, man. You got all kind of fun. You got clubs, go-go's, you have buy me drinky bars.
Mm.
You however, yeah. So yeah, we get into it. You let me know, I don't want to get you demonetized or pulled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got some stories.
Yeah,
Stories.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you served 4 years in the service.
Yeah.
What were some of your biggest lessons you would say you learned, like, serving in the military in terms of the Marines?
I'll say discipline, consistency, being humble. You're humble so much being in the military.
Yeah.
Because you may be right about something, but if you don't present it the right way to your superior, they'll make you feel bad, man. They'll make you feel bad.
Yeah.
And that was ingrained for me. My brother, I'll talk to him a lot and stuff. He mentioned something. He's like, "Name, you know what?" I was like, you be treating people sometimes the way they treat you in the Marines. And that blew my mind because I never thought about that. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I'm okay. Go to war and stuff. Okay, I'm fine. All I know to do is to work, and that's what's instilled in me.
Yep.
Work hard. You accomplish something. You do something important. Maybe you will make something of yourself. Maybe you'll be better. Right. So all I've known my whole life is work hard to get what I want.
Yeah.
So that's always been my go-to. And like I said, I got a lot of that from the military and stuff. The way I've been in charge of people twice my age and stuff, but I got my respect for my level of consistency and my work ethic and my discipline.
Man, I've been told the same thing, and I wasn't even in the military.
Yeah.
So I actually was in the Marching 100 at FAMU.
Okay.
And people that were in the Marching 100, some of them served in the armed forces, and they said that our initiation process was similar to military.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've had people, since I've left FAMU and I left the Marching 100, I've had people at times say, "Gerald, the way you operate in business, you push some of your ways of discipline and being consistent and persistent onto other people because of that." And so I'm hearing some of what you have experienced with the Marines and coming out and being able to work with other people or even communicate with other people, whatever the case may be. I'm hearing some similarities there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, after the Marines, what happens next?
After the Marines, the whole reason I got out of the Marines because they, re-enlist. The war was still going on, so they need that consistency. They need people who's been in. They need that experience. But I already had in my mind and stuff and that's the thing about me. Once I make my mind up, there's nobody who could say anything elsewise. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm very driven, very focused and stuff. I'm driven by success. Failure is not an option for me. So as soon as I got out, I saw that when I was deployed, we had what they call as contractors. They deploy with the military, from like different companies and stuff like that to help support the military. They were making big cash. I'm like, man, why am I be in the military and risk my life for this little bit of money when these guys are making over 6 figures and stuff, doing the same job, if not easier than what we're doing, without all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's my new goal. I'm going to become a contractor. I'm going to make 6 figures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit about the contractor world. Let's go a little bit more into that.
Yeah. The contracting world, spend a lot of time contracting. Matter of fact, over a decade contracting and stuff. That's how I met a lot of people I'm cool with, Bree. I met a lot of good people contracting. Contracting taught me the difference between being in the military and being out and actually having some say-so in life on how you work, what your work looks like, and then also just being able to communicate on a different level. From going from the military, from being super disciplined and strict and stuff, to going back, it was an adjustment process. I had to get used to talking to people normal again. Like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, yes sir, no sir. I said it's like I say they really got you dressed.
Right.
Well, especially in the Marine. in the Marines.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And let's talk a little bit more. What's some of the specifics you was doing though, like with the contract work? What were some of the specifics of what you was doing?
I did a lot of things from security to logistics. Most of the time, from starting off, I did everything from food logistics. I controlled the flow of food coming in and out of the country. What hubs is supposed to go to, redirecting trucks. If trucks broke down, or like that's a big thing. You in Iraq, a truck full of frozen foods break down, and you got a certain amount of time where you got to make sure you either fix that or you get into another truck before it spoils that whole loads, losing hundreds of $1,000s worth of food.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a very important job there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So pretty much from the contractor work, what was your next move from there?
With the contracting, that was my basis and stuff like that, because it was hard once I've been contracting so long. I couldn't go back to the States and be doing either the same work or harder work for way less pay. So I just basically I stuck with that contracting world until, you know, it kind of like burned me out in the end.
So Kevin, I know pretty much we've talked a lot about your contracting thus far, but I know as well you've contracted in different places or what have you. So let's talk a little bit more about some of those experiences.
Okay. I'll do a quick summary, and then I'll go into details and stuff. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff, but we may not be that equipped with that much time for the day. But you know, like I said, I could go very in depth, but I'll give you just basically a quick summary. After I got out of the military, first contracting job was in Kuwait. I did security in Kuwait for a couple months. Then after that, I went to Iraq for over a year, where I was doing food logistics in Iraq. So I was just, before coming back to Kuwait and working, I'll say after I came back to Kuwait, I worked there for 5 years. But yeah, just starting off, when I first came there, like I said, fresh out the military and stuff, I'm still starting to become my person and stuff, not who they were building me to be, and hey, it's supposed to be like this and do, like, I'm discovering what it's like to be Kevin again. So fresh out the military, still got the values and everything like that. In Kuwait, about to do a security job. Cool. Got there. The pay was not, first off, the pay wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And you had a lot of, like, you know, prior service and retired military. So they were trying to run the shit like it was the military. So I stayed there for a couple months, and I just wasn't liking how things were playing out, and also the type of money I was expecting.
And let me ask you this, Kevin. For one, what exactly are you doing in regards to security? And two, what type of pay were you expecting?
Okay, what they set out for us and stuff, base pay $65K. Sounds pretty good, right? Sounds pretty good. Get out of the military, yeah, way more pay than the military. So got out, they promised me $65K. So come over there doing base security. So we're armed up. We got weapons and everything and stuff. So, you know, if anything go down at the, you know, perimeters of the gate or wherever, we're responsible for all that. All the trucks, traffic coming on base, we had to serve all the journey and stuff. So I did that. I did that for all of, I'll say, about 3.5 months. Like, when I have very high expectations for myself. And people within my smallest, my circle, I put the best from everybody, because I believe everybody in my team is capable of so much more. So I always look to push myself. So that wasn't enough for me. I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to, you're not going to treat me like I'm in the military. I'm not making that much extra money and stuff. So I was like, I'll either go back to the military or I'll find another job.
Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%. Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if It'd be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form for you to fill out. You said www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out, and we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G-Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.